Hello everybody, you're welcome to my channel. My name is Chris and this is Speak Out. If the first time you're tuning into my channel, I'd like to say welcome, and if you have not considered subscribing, I'd like you to do so that every time I put up a new video, you will be aware of it, and you can feel free to leave a comment, like, and share so that every other person can be a part of this community of coming together to talk about the situations within and around Nigeria, to make it a better place, or decide if we want to go our separate ways for the purpose of peace. So I'd like you to come along with me. We have a very interesting topic we would like to talk about. Today, it is no longer news that given by the situation in the country of Nigeria, that the federal and state government is handling the situation of insecurity with kids' gloves. As you've seen, cases of kidnapping that has gone on unabated from Chibok girls, which of course was in previous administration. But you have heard about Kagara, you have heard about different kinds. As a matter of fact, right now, if we're not careful, we'll be losing touch or keeping tab of the number of people being kidnapped every day, whether they're travelers or children in schools, boys and girls schools. And so it is important that we talk about this thing so that we can begin to, raise alarm, so that the government that is in comatose right now, can rise up to its responsibilities, or they should consider resigning. Last week, I'm sure everybody probably have heard about the interview with a popular Sheikh Abubakar Gumi's interview with Channels Television. And I must tell you that if you listen to that interview and you pay attention and you listen to the discussion, you will know that there's a lot of information that was released there. If Nigeria was in a better political climate, such interview will be dissected, and security operatives will gather a lot of intelligence on what is going on, what is happening now, and what is about to happen. So there are 3 stages of that analysis that can be drawn from that interview of what went on, what is going on now, and what is going to happen. So it is very important that we, listen and watch this interview, and I tell you, we're going to learn a lot. I'm going to let us listen to that interview for a brief, and when we come back, I'm going to help dissect and analyze this interview so that we get to know these informations and what and how it will help us, and what risk factors that we are encumbered with. Stay with me, don't go away.
Let's begin the conversation today about the Kagara boys and the students and the families that were abducted in the government science school in Kagara. What can you tell us about their location or their whereabouts? Do you have any idea as of now?
I cannot say. Even the people we met in the bush trying to see if we can, which is a common knowledge that we have been going to see the militant headsmen. They don't even know who did it and who actually is responsible for it, despite the fact that they have a lot of control over the militants and bandits as of 2 days ago. So of now, I cannot say exactly if the authorities know where they are.
So it's a bit different from the Kankara situation. You seem to be apprised of those who did the abduction in the Kankara situation, but this one, you have no idea of those who are involved.
No, we don't have any idea of those who are involved, because actually we don't even know these people at all. But you see, whoever wants to meet them, depending on the channel of communication. And I think the media should be trying to get across to go and see them and speak with them as we do as clergy. Then you will get to understand a lot of things which actually are not in the print. We don't know who they are, and the people we met there are the warlords there. And they say it happened just 2 days ago, and the area is so wide, they don't know which group or which splinter group did the kidnapping, but at all costs they are going to get contact with them, and since we are in a peace negotiation with them, definitely they will lower them into releasing them without any ransom.
It took about 6 days for the Kagara abductees to be
released. Yes.
We're running into almost a week now. It's about Monday or Tuesday last week that the situation in Kagara happened. From what you know...
No, it happened on Wednesday.
On Wednesday?
Yes,
so yeah, in another 2 days it will be a week.
A week, yes.
Okay, so it's about 5 days now.
5 days, yes.
That they've been abducted. If you make a comparison from the knowledge of these abductors that you have, is the Kagara situation more complex?
No, it's less complex, because it happened in the process of trying to see these warlords and negotiate with them to leave, not negotiate with them, admonish them to leave this kind of way. If you have any grievances, this is not the way you address it. And we have to teach them this, and sometimes when you go there and speak with them, you see that, yes, you really have to give them an excuse, although there is no excuse for any crime. Nothing can justify crime. Crime is a crime, and they are committing crime. But why? I think it's a population that is pushed by circumstances into criminality, and this is what we should look. Let's remove the pressure. Let's remove the things that made them into criminals, because we have lived thousands of years without any problem with the nomadic herdsmen. Peaceful people, you get your gas gets stuck in the road, they come and assist you. So what happened? Something happened that led them to this. So I think listening to them is very important.
What did you discover when you listened to them?
When I listened to them, is that I found that actually it's a simple case of criminality which turned into banditry, which turned into ethnic war. And some genocide too is happening. People behind the scene, people don't know. So now we are not talking about banditry, we are talking about ethnic war.
So it's an ethnic war, right?
Yes, it's going on, yes.
So between which ethnic group?
Between now the nomadic Fulani, the headsmen, and the others. If they are, the others means anybody who's not them. So you can imagine a Fulani man will tell me in Zamfara state that he cannot go into areas, like he cannot go into the town of Shinkafi, when the emir of Shinkafi is a Fulani man. They cannot. So it's a war between nomadic Fulanis and the others. The others include Fulanis too that are sedentary. If you go there westward, and the Kagara of Kebbi State, there's war between them. If you go south with the Igbos and the Yorubas, and between themselves too. It's a complex issue that Nigerians need to pipe down, put cold brain and understand the issue. But I see the solution is very simple, but it's not military hardware. Anything but not military hardware.
What's the solution?
The solution is dialogue and teaching, because these people, they are acting with instincts, natural instincts, not with special knowledge, and they don't have any ambition or anything. When they don't have, what is the future? What do they look at? What do they want to achieve? They don't have that vision. They are talking about existence. Their livelihood is destroyed. Because the cattle rustling that was going on for a long time, they are the first victim of it. When their cattle finished, then people started rustling cattle in towns. So these cattle rustlers that came suddenly into the scene, this is the source where we should investigate, and we need psychologists, criminologists to investigate how suddenly cattle rustling become a booming business in Nigeria, especially in northern Nigeria, and how it affected the socio-cultural behavior of the nomadic Fulani. It's very important. They are pushed into criminality, and I think the same way, if you understand, can bring them out from it very easily and quickly.
Okay, I'd like you to clarify something.
Yes.
These elements, these bandits that you've seen, that you know, that you've spoken to,
yes,
they are Fulanis, is it?
Yes.
They speak Fulfulde.
They speak Fulfulde.
So,
and they speak Hausa.
Okay, so you call them the House of Fulani?
This is what we call the House of Fulani because of the, what do we call it, interlacing of the culture, language between the Fulani and the Hausas.
But they are originally Fulani?
They are physique and everything, they are Fulanis.
Of Nigerian extraction?
Oh, they are Nigerians, no doubt about that.
They are Nigerians?
Yes, in fact, some of them have parents in the town.
So why, for those who say some of these criminal elements are non-Nigerians who move through the ECOWAS territory region,
yes,
into Nigeria, is that true?
What happened is, you see, as I've said now, we are having an ethnic war. The Fulani nomadic feels his existence is threatened. So what they do is, when they have a war, they call other Fulanis from other countries, irrespective of where they are. Fulani is Fulani. They go to defend their kinsmen. Then disperse, each one goes back to his roga. So that's why they what do you call it? They transit the borders just for an operation and go back. But if there is calm and there's peace, you will not see this kind of incursion of foreign elements into the nation. And that's why it's very important. The government is very proactive in this issue. Let's go in, let's educate them, let's register them, let us do what we do to others, so that we don't have any Nigerian that can be susceptible to be used. If this money they are making is to take the land, they will be buying islands, they will be buying mansions, they will be buying cars, and this is, no, they are still in the hut. They're just trying to survive. It's just a misconception from both sides. People don't know. You need to go in. And I hope you follow me one time when I'm going in, to go with you and talk to them and interview them and see. And you see, for every victim you're talking about, victim of kidnapping, you have almost 10 times victims among themselves. They will show us, none of us here is not without a victim of violence, maybe killed by the military or killed or lynched in town. Do you know that their situation, to the extent that any man with this physique, Fulani physique, slim, light complexion, or even the dark ones, on a motorbike is automatically arrested and incarcerated? The first time I ventured out.
Welcome back. So much information in that less than 30-minute interview, but I had to compress it so that we can drive home our point. With that interview, it is crystal clear that the state Nigeria is at the brink. And if you paid attention from the information gathered from that interview, number one, it is crystal clear that Nigeria is being invaded. Number two, by external forces. External forces identified in the Fulani kingship, in the Fulani, in the Fulani extraction. So it is very clear there's an invasion already. No wonder we have people identified as Fulanis in the bushes in the southwest, and overlapping invasions of farmers in the villages in Benue, Nasarawa, name them, Zamfara, and on like that, down now to the southwest. So based on that, this interview, we can deduce that, number one, there's an invasion. Nigeria is being invaded, so that is number one. Number two, they attempt to negotiate because of the weakness. So secondly, it is crystal clear that if you listen to the interview, when he said some military people approached him, it's crystal clear that there's infiltration. And the security forces have colluded, or have been weakened. Recently, we've noticed that the government of Nigeria has participated in the act of, granting amnesty to terrorists or identified terrorists, and granted have granted amnesty to terrorists, and have also decided to create some largesse for former terrorists. So it is crystal clear by this interview that the security forces has been invaded, has been compromised, is the right word, has been compromised, and are colluding, present continuous, colluding in a way, because if we go by the number of killings and the efforts that have been falling short, it is crystal clear that there is something wrong, despite the millions, billions that has been allotted. Even recently, now that the former chief officers have been fired or retired, now you have new people, and nothing has been changed, or nothing has changed. Again, in the same interview, if you paid attention, you would notice that they are trying to, liken negotiating with terrorists to the amnesty program that was carried out for the agitators of, resource control in the Niger Delta. With the negotiation, that was done on amnesty, blanket amnesty that was granted the Niger Delta youths, who at that point in the agitation for resource control. So I am using this video, I'm using this medium, this channel, to call attention to Nigerian people to not just overlook this interview that Sheikh Gumi granted Channels Television, but that they should really look at it. It should read between the lines. There are lots of information that was let out that Nigerians need to take seriously. It is very important. I believe that the station granted that interview on a good note. And so Nigerians need to get ready. Nigerians need to know what is going on. Nigerians need to be aware that there's a sympathy that the federal government is giving to the situation with regards to those involved, who are the aggressors. That is the Fulanis, who are the aggressors. And, trying to normalize criminality. Granting amnesty to herders, kidnappers, and, terrorists. It's trying to normalize criminality. It's not acceptable. That is not the kind of Nigeria that our forefathers, fought for, and that's not the kind of Nigeria that we want. A Nigeria that will be widely respected, Nigeria that will respect the rule of law, Nigeria will respect everybody equal regardless of your religion, your tribe, and ethnicity. Is the kind of Nigeria that we want. So I advise our people, it is good to pray. However, prayer without works is dead. A closed mouth is a closed destiny. It is time for us to speak out. I know that, this government has been clamping down on innocent people who speak their truth. However, you can share, and key into this opportunity so that you can also, participate in the debate, in the conversation, so that you can share, also, and comment, and leave your comments, down below. So this is how much time I've got on this episode. I hope you enjoyed the place. Let me hear from you. Can feel free to leave your comments, like, share, and subscribe. Until I come your way next time, my name is Chris. Let's continue to speak out and speak up. God bless you. Have a lovely week ahead. Bye.